Man, I have got to say, this CEO, man, this CEO just keeps on ruining things for the game. Like it feels like every time that they're doing something amazing or great, he gotta open his mouth and ruin some shit, bro. Literally straight ruin it. Look at what we got here on the freaking on the timelines. Hold on. Let me shrink myself up. Hold up. So you can see what I'm looking at right now. It is ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. Look at this. This guy, he really gonna sit here. Randy Pitchford, by the way, this is the CEO of Gearbox or whatever for Borderlands. And he's been so since I guess the series has like been a thing, like just in general, right? I move my thing over here. Excuse me. This weather come in, it really be making my freaking sinuses messed up. Excuse me. I on one hand, I understand that he might have like this emotional investment. He may have this emotional like attachment to his baby, right? Because if I don't know too much of the history, you can let me know in the comments after this video's been live, or if you watching live right now, you can let me know in the live chat and we could talk about it. I don't know if this is his overall idea, or if he's like the CEO of 2K, or if it's just Gearbox. I think it's just Gearbox. But if this is his baby, if this is his like dream project, similar to how they be acting over there at Bethesda, I could understand how you would want to be a little defensive over your favorite game, over your favorite thing, over your product. I get it. You know, nobody enjoys a bunch of critiques on their things. Who does? But at a certain point, you just got to see things for how it is, right? If you're messing up, and just try to do better. Your community is trying to hold you accountable by telling you your game is unoptimized. Now, have I ran into major issues? No. I'm gaming on the 5070, and you're talking to a creator or gamer that genuinely does not ever really mind using frame gen, using DLSS. But it seems to be the minority, I guess, at least on the internet. On the internet, I'm the minority, because even though I feel like the mass majority of people out there are not really going to pay attention to, like, okay, we're just going to use DLSS, we're going to use frame gen, whatever, excuse me. Yeah, I feel like the mass majority of people aren't gonna like pay attention to that shit. On the internet, bro, you gonna get flamed. You just gonna get flamed, bro. I'll play devil's advocate, bro. I play a devil's advocate. I get that on a perspective, you need to have your game run fundamentally just good, or at least decent out the box. It just needs to, or have a day one patch that addresses stability, right? If your game is not graphically like up there reaching high levels of fidelity, if your game isn't like Cyberpunk, I keep using that example, if your game isn't like visually looking high tier and high par, there's no point, literally no point for your game outside of crazy shadows and different stuff that could be going on within the open world or whatever. There's no reason why your game shouldn't be optimized. Excuse me. On the other hand, I get what he's saying. Hey, you're playing on old specs. You're trying to push it to higher resolutions. I feel like he's talking to the minority here. He's literally saying, for a campaign shooter looter, which it's looter shooter, by the way. You created the genre. It's looter shooter, not shooter looter. It's an absolute reasonable for developers to focus on default settings, achieving 30 FPS on minimum specs. I disagree. If we're talking PC, I disagree. Minimum specs should be able to reach higher than 30 FPS. PC, max or recommended specs, your recommended should be aiming for like 120. Personally, that's how I feel. No matter what game you are, should be aiming for 120. Now, if we talking console, that's what that makes sense for. You're looking at like, minimum specs being you're gaming on a PS3, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox, like that's what that first statement makes better sense for console gamers. But you talking about PC? Nah, bro, your minimum specs should be 60 and your recommended should be 120 or higher. Because think about this, right? Recommended, usually on Steam anyways, if it shows a recommended spec, it should theoretically say what the recommended resolution is to match these specs. Right? That's what it should be. So if the recommended specs are for 1440 gaming, like 2K, and not 4K, then you're like, bro, 2K recommended specs should be able to hit 120, bro. You just should be able to. I just think this is absurd. This CEO, you need PR training. You need to go and like see you got to see the lens in a realistic way. You have fans out here that, first off, you're blessed enough to have fans of a series that you created or that you're piloting, you're leading as the captain of this ship, and you're basically spitting in the face of your fans saying, hey, I know you guys are trying to hold me and the rest of the company accountable. However, you guys just fucking suck. Get better shit. That's basically what you're saying. You suck, get better shit. You can't say that to your customer base. You just can't. Excuse me. Imagine this. If you owned a car dealership and you owning the car dealership, you go out and you say to a customer that came in, and he says, I really love this car. This car looks so good. It looks phenomenal. But it kind of looks like it needs an oil change. And you can visibly see the oil is a little dark. It probably does need oil change. You know it needs oil change. And you tell that motherfucking customer, yeah, sorry, bro, kick rocks. You can do the oil change yourself. You trying to sign up this paperwork? Obviously, you in here because you need a car. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's a great analogy for what's going on right now. Your performance in your game, for clearly the majority of your customer base, is saying your oil kind of dirty, bro. We need you to change it before we actually proceed with this transaction. That's all they saying. That's all they're saying. They're not saying your game is bad. They're not saying your game is broken. They're not saying your game sucks. They're not saying the story's cringy. You fixed all the issues that people had just for you to come up with a new one to just say, yeah, we're using a new engine. Sucks to be you. And this is only like the beginning of what he's saying. He's been going on rants on and on and on and on. I personally fail to see where he comes out on top. Why hasn't anyone above him, stockholders or whoever, just told him, bro, just take a step away, bro, just a quick step away. He was doing so good. Right when the game came out, before the game came out, he made a public apology. Sorry about all the other shit that was going on. I apologize. Blah, 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 blah. But now everybody's like, hey, yo, that day one patch wasn't enough. He's like, nah, fuck y'all again. Like, are you serious? That's all I'm saying. Again, I'm the minority. I am on the internet. I am of the volition that frame gen is fine. DLSS is fine. I get it. It's a tool to help your game run better. However, if we're going to be realistic here, a tool for something does not mean that without that tool, you are not able to run your product. That goes for anything in life, right? If you don't have this tool, you should be able to help run your game off of something else, or run something that you're building. Your whole build shouldn't depend on one tool, or shouldn't like depend on one thing. It's a tool to help it reach this high FPS. It's not something for it to be recommended as a base. That's how I feel on that. Which is kind of why, again, I don't mind using it. However, I think I just have like a really wide range of perspective. I come from constantly playing games on PC, constantly playing games on console growing up, and I've been gaming for the last 5 years on a PlayStation 5, PS4 Pro. I've been using PS4, PS3 still, and I've been using a laptop that had a 1660 Ti in it. So yeah, I'm grateful that I was able to get my current PC build with a 5070 and an i7 1400K, 32 gigs of RAM, and 6-7 terabytes of freaking storage and shit, because I'm, you know, I edit and I stream and I do a whole bunch of video stuff, right? I'm the minority. The majority of people are using like, I got lucky. I was able to get new stuff this year. It doesn't matter if he's saying, hey, you guys should be gaming on modern specs, modern things. It doesn't matter when you already put out your minimum and your recommended specs. Minimum and recommended specs. So from that, his whole viewpoint is just skewered because of his first statement alone. It doesn't matter if it's a campaign looter shooter. It doesn't matter if it's a high stakes FPS. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your game is. Baseline across the industry, I don't care who the hell you are, if his mindset is default settings is achieving 30 FPS, go create games for consoles. Don't ever touch PC games again. We don't need it. 30 FPS as a baseline for PC games is fucking astonishing that you could even have that thought. I'm sorry if there's anybody that's younger in the audience that's watching me right now or that will see this video and you're like, damn, he really going off. It's mind-blowing to me. Because growing up, I grew up poor as shit, bro. Poor as fucking shit. I had to sell my desktop, okay? So growing up, when I was just playing on, like before I was like playing PC, I'm talking like old ass desktop PCs, fucking big white bulky ass fucking monitor, those old classic style shells and cases, you know, had the disk drive and shit like that. Yeah, that's what I used to play shit on. First Max Payne and shit. I come from that. I'm 25, bro. I'm 25. I'm not too young. I'm not too old. I know what it feels like to game on trash hardware. And I used that hardware for a long ass fucking time. Then we had to sell it to make money in my family. And when we sold it, I didn't have a PC or anything to game on for years. Okay, so I was just playing PlayStation 1, 2, 3, Xbox 360, whatever Xbox is, a PlayStation. That was my life for a long ass time. And then 2019 came around, 2018, 2019 came around. I got my laptop. And by the way, growing up, the entire time, what I would hear from PC gamers, man, you still playing COD on this? Yeah, my shit is reaching 120. Oh, you playing God of War on this? Oh, my shit reaching this FPS. Like, people on PC literally will have a fucking aneurysm over 30 FPS. They will have a fucking stroke over 60 FPS being at your recommended, bro. That should be the bare minimum on PC. No matter what game you are, if it's coming out today, it doesn't matter if it's a shooter, a story-based game, an open world game. I don't give a fuck if that game is revolutionary. If that bitch don't run at 60 as a default setting, you're failing your community, especially if it's on PC. What he said in that first line is good for console. 30 FPS is a baseline for console. Great. People on console are used to it. I can speak from experience. You look at amazing games that are 30 FPS locked, by the way. Dark Souls, locked at 30 FPS. The first Dark Souls 2 and 3, all locked at 30 FPS. Until later patches allowed for higher. Bloodborne, something everybody fucking loves, right? 30 FPS. A lot of these major blockbuster type games, Last of Us, original Last of Us, locked at 30 FPS. We're not saying you can't have amazing experiences at 30 FPS. All of the games I named are 7 years old or older. If it's a modern game coming out, 30 FPS should not be your minimum unless you are on fucking console. It's simple as that. Straight up simple as that. What was the locked FPS when Elden Ring came out? There was no locked FPS. My point exactly. There was none. And that's considered more modern game. Like, this is ridiculous. But let's go to the second line. Some of you would prefer more FPS or more features or higher resolution. We have provided many tools to help you make these trade-offs. First off, you didn't provide the tools. Nvidia provided the tools. Fucking literally every other GPU manufacturer provided the tools. You're just creating the game inside of an engine and allowing the tools to be used. You didn't provide them. These other creators out here, these other companies provided these tools. All you are doing is saying you can use those tools on our systems. And guess how you allow people to use those tools is by going to those companies first. I know a little bit about game dev because I wanted to be a game developer. I know a little bit about that. You can't just be like, oh yeah, your stuff is going to work with me. You have to go to them and get a representative from them. And they have to help you code your shit in there. You can't just be like, yeah, I'm making a game and yeah, it works with DLSS. No. You gotta go and partner with fucking Nvidia. You gotta go and do shit with these companies and be like, yeah, we're gonna use your feature in our game. You didn't provide these tools, bro. Other people made the tools. All you said was, yeah, we're gonna allow our fans to use other people's tools in our games. If you provided the tools, then where is your upscaler? You didn't create an upscaler. So you didn't provide the tools. All you did was make the game and fund the game because you're the fucking CEO. You're talking out of your ass, bro. And many tools to help you make trade-offs. Yes, I agree with that. There are many tools in the game to help you make trade-offs. The problem is you're talking to your fan base, and if your fan base is telling you we don't want to make trade-offs, and you're saying you have to, you need to have a middle ground where that's just business 101, bro. That's business 101. Again, I use the example of being in the car industry, right? If you have a customer that comes in that says, I really love this car. This looks great. This is my ideal car. But I checked the oil. It's a little dark. I'm ready to buy this right now, today. I'm an avid customer. I have bought 3 cars here before. This is a reference of 3 different Borderlands games, right? I've bought 3 different cars here before. Even when y'all came out with that other model, I decided to lease it. Tales of a Borderlands, right? Not great games. Yeah, I leased those cars. I didn't want to own them. They weren't great cars, but I still supported y'all. As a longtime customer, I'm coming to you and I'm saying, hey, I just want an oil change on this car and I'll buy it off of you today. And you say, yeah, man, kick rocks. Go do your oil change yourself. Fuck you. That's basically what he's saying. He's like, oh yeah, I know you guys are longtime fans and all this other shit. And then there's new people that's coming into the game. But yeah, we don't give a fuck about any of that shit. Tough. What are you talking about? Literally, what are you talking about, bro? I love Borderlands 4. It's a good game. It is a good game. If you can run it, if you can play it, if you could let what Randy Pitchford is saying not get under your skin, and you can just mindlessly turn your brain off, play the game, because at the end of the day, games are there to be played and enjoyed in all different ways, right? Some people play competitive games because they love the competition. Some people play looter shooters because they love the idea of getting consistently rewarded. It's a dopamine hit in your head, right? You play, you shoot, and after shooting, you kill, big loot literally pops out of the enemy. wow, I got better stuff. I'm instantly rewarded for doing something in this game. No different than scrolling on TikTok. You instantly get rewarded for using your hand. Yeah, that's what's happening, right? It's a dopamine hit. People love looter shooters for a reason. There's a reason why Destiny is so popular and it's still going. But a part of the reason they're still going is because they also listen to their customer base, their fans. My point is in this second line, he's saying, hey, we provided a lot of tools for you to make those trade-offs. It does not matter if your fan base doesn't want to make the trade-off. You have to make some kind of compromise. Meet them halfway. If you are in the works of making an update, just say that. It would be much more understandable to say, we hear what you're saying. We are, it's unfortunate and we're pretty saddened by the fact that a lot of the player base does not want to use these tools that we have provided for you guys. Again, not going to go into provided, that's specific language, but you literally could just say, you know, what I just said. We're saddened by the fact that many of our players don't want to use the tools that is provided for you for these trade-offs. In the meantime, we are going to be consistently working on pushing out updates to bring better stability to Borderlands 4. We are very sorry for this buggy and unoptimized launch. The best thing about business is when you can show your customer, your fan base, your community that you're being literally open to the critique and admitting your faults. If somebody comes to me and say, hey, Kenja, I really love your channel, but I don't like how you constantly jump from game to game to game to game, I get defensive. I do. I sit there and I say, you know what? You have a good point. I love to play a bunch of different games. And I'm sorry that me jumping around from game to game to game isn't your speed, isn't your style. What would you like to see more of on the channel? I opened up the form of critique. I admitted my fault. I'm a human being. I admitted that I still like to play different stuff, but I allowed feedback to come in and say, wow, okay, well, what would you like to see more of? Obviously, you can't do that for every single person, but if the mass majority of people watching you say something like that, maybe it's time to niche down a little bit, right? Maybe it's time to listen to the people that actually support you, that actually pay your fucking bills. I'm just saying, you get a lot of money, you're a fucking rich ass CEO, maybe you got out of touch. I'm just saying, at what point does having money allow you to remove criticism from your life, from your job that got you in the position that you're in this moment, right? Because at a certain point, you're like, well, I don't need their money. Somebody else is going to buy the game. It's doing well with sales. People are complaining not to put you down, Randy. You have to understand this. They are complaining because they want to play your game. There's a difference between complaining because you don't like something. You go to a restaurant and you eat something, you're like, this is nasty. I don't want it. Probably ruins your entire appetite. You don't want to go back there again. It ruins your impression of them, right? Especially if it's your first time there. This is some people's first time playing Borderlands ever. They've heard about how bad the series could be, but they also heard about how great it could be, and they have done a really good job campaigning and marketing the game. People have been playing it, they've been talking well about it, so they jump into it, and lo and behold, a lot of these creators that you watch have fucking 5090s, 4090s, and really crazy up there specs, so of course they're playing the game like there's no issue in the world. But when the average consumer goes to play the game, again, it could be their first time there, it's their first time in your restaurant, and they get bad food. You ruin their appetite and you ruin your first impression. They don't want to be there. This stream might be some people's first impression coming to it. Do I talk like this for every video? Yeah, kinda. I do. I'm no stranger to calling people out on bullshit. It is what it is. It is what it is. People subscribe to people. People follow people. People play games because they want to support. And when you get criticism like this, it's time to listen. That's all I'm saying. It's time to listen. It's so much different than somebody coming to you and saying, I don't like you. They didn't like you to begin with. So why do you listen to their critiques, right? This is not that. This is people coming to you and saying, your idea is really fucking cool. But I can't do anything with it. I need you to like help me experience what you made. That's what they're saying. We're mad as a community because we want to enjoy your game, and we want to enjoy your game a certain way, and we also want other people around us to enjoy a certain game. And say, like, think about this. It could be also embarrassing for some people. You might be bringing in a friend to play Borderlands for the first time, and then they're like, dude, this fucking sucks. I can't even play it. Well, then, now you got to take the brunt because you're the one that invited them to this literal mess of a party. So, Randy, trust me, people are making critiques for a reason. Time to listen. You're getting 49,000 impressions on each one of these freaking tweets, and you're going on a tirade, bro. You're constantly berating your fan base. Who's gonna want to support the person that tells them straight up, you fucking suck for not playing the game the way I designed it? Make a patch then. Update. You know how many freaking game developers have gotten upset that people aren't playing a game a certain way? What do? They update the game. Except in this case, you're refusing to update the game because the way that people want to play the game is just normal. People actually don't want to mod your game. People actually don't want to go out of their way to do extra stuff for their game. They just want to turn the game on, compile the shaders, and play it. Whereas in other scenarios, you know what they're doing? They're modding the game because developers are like, oh, you found a bug and you're abusing it. You're not playing the game the way we would like to play it. So we're just going to patch that out. Or we're going to patch this out. So people are being forced to play the way that they want to play by going around it. You're forcing people to make mods to just stabilize your game, just playing it. Just baseline. Nobody's even talking about mods. Baseline, people just want to play your game. And you're mad at that, bro. That's crazy. I swear, some of these people just forget how blessed they are to be in their position. I wish my channel was at 100,000 subscribers. I wish I had the influence that Randy Pitchford had. I wish. How many things would I complain about? Very minuscule. And if somebody had a genuine critique, such as this, I would be open to listening to it. There's a difference between critique and hate. That's all I'm saying. It is a mistake to believe or expect that PCs between minimum specs and recommended specs can achieve all the extremely high FPS, maximum/ultra features, and extremely high resolution. I agree. I actually agree with that statement. Because that statement, isolated from everything else, makes sense. But because it's within this thread, it doesn't make sense because you set the minimum specs and the recommended specs. And if you are personally saying that it's not good enough, then you're the problem. Nobody here set the specs. You did. You made the game. You're in charge of the marketing. You're in charge of leading the entire game to success. Pre and post launch. That's you. You're the CEO, buddy. You did this. Update the recommended and the minimum specs if this is your stance. And also have the viewpoint that 30 FPS shouldn't be the minimum on fucking PC. There's a reason why this is called PC Master Race, not PC Console Race, okay? Get it right, buddy. And then you have this. But please accept that the game is doing a lot and running pretty optimally, in that you may have to either accept some trade-offs between FPS, features, and resolution as your preference, or you will continue to be disappointed. I disagree. The first and foremost, if your game is running optimally, right? Tell me if I'm wrong here. If your game is running optimally, and let's just isolate this real quick. Let's just isolate this section right here, right there. He says, but please accept that the game is doing a lot and running pretty optimally. We don't even have to do anything else here. If the game is doing a lot, isn't the point of something running optimally for it to find a better way to do a lot? I mean, you go into your job, majority of people have a regular 9-to-5 job or some type of work that doesn't require them being on camera a lot and doing what I'm doing, streaming. Or, you know, some people aren't playing games for a living, or even your coders and developers that are making your game. Working for Randy must be like the chillest fucking environment ever. It has to be, because by his statement, yeah, if you're doing a lot, you're running pretty optimally. You probably have a lot of responsibilities when you clock into your job, and your boss and your manager, and if you are the boss or manager, then the owner is probably down your throat about doing a whole bunch of shit, but do it faster. And then next time, do it better. And then the next time, do it better than that time that you did it better. And because you've been working here for 2 years, you shouldn't even be at the same speed at these motherfuckers that we just hired. Why are you going slower than that guy? You need to be doing better and faster. Don't forget, I'm adding more workload and you're not getting paid more. Sounds like by doing more and faster and finding a better way to fine-tune your rhythm, fine-tune your work-life process, fine-tune your way of getting shit done at your job so you get paid and you feed your family and you do things and things work well. It sounds like all of that is optimal work. You're optimizing your work. You're optimizing to do better for the company. That's what it sounds like to me. You don't accept trade-offs. You just do better. That's all it is. You just do better. The trade-off is something that not the customer has to deal with. That's ridiculous. There are a few real issues, but they are affected a very, very small percentage of users. We are fixing those, and many are already fixed. That's probably true. We are also doing significant work on PC performance and, well, everything else that is coming at us. We're not stopping. This is all he needed to say. This third line is all he needed to say. If you have feelings about PC performance, my advice is to not wait and to make the trade-offs to prioritize what is important to you. Here's the problem with frame gen, okay? Like I can't speak for everybody, 'cause again, I personally don't have a problem with frame gen, but here's the problem with when he says optimize settings, what he's saying is turn down settings, turn this up, turn this off. Use frame gen, use upscaling, use both, use all of the above. What he's saying when he's saying that is you have a feeling about your PC performance. It needs to perform, or it's going to perform at this thing, and use these tools to make it look like it's performing at this thing. The problem with that is when you use DLSS and upscaling and stuff like that and frame gen, it's still natively running at a shitty FPS. Like whatever FPS that it would have been running at with those things off, it's still technically there. All they're doing is generating artificial frames to fill in gaps to reach a much higher one. But at the end of the day, it's still going to technically feel like whatever FPS it's on, like natively underneath all the coding. That's like a rough way of saying that. Like, yes, baseline, it's still technically gonna run good or look good. Basically, it will look good in a sense. But the lower the FPS, just the less smooth it's gonna be, the less your experience is gonna be. So this just doesn't work. I agree with this statement. Use DLSS. It is great. But people don't want to. People are purists out here, and on just on top of that, people just don't want to. You can't force your customer base to do anything. I wish that I could force every single person that came across my channel to subscribe and leave a like and leave a very positive comment, and then go out along their day and then recommend and bring somebody else to watch my channel. But that's not the reality, right? My channel is built to have community in mind, and it's built to have conversation and just talk and enjoy things. Can't do that. I can't do that. No, sir, can't do that. Not all the time. You know how many times I start a stream or start a video and I say, if you enjoy the vibes, make sure you slide. I worked on that catchphrase. It took a long time. You think about something that's like true to you. It's not too cringy or anything. It's like, if you enjoy the vibes, make sure you slide, subscribe. I really appreciate it, as it does help us to channel on the algorithm, helps me grow and get out there. And as always, looking forward to vibing out with you. Let's vibe, right? That's cool. That's cool. I can't force everybody that hears that to take advantage of the opportunity to subscribe to the channel and for them to be a part of a community and grow it and go out there. You can't force your customer base to do anything. You can't force a community. You can't force an audience to do anything. I understand his statement. I get it. Use DLSS. It's great. Agreed. It is great for me. The game was built to take advantage of it. He's being open and honest about that. That's great. A lot of modern games are. People can feel the way that they want to feel about that. I will say that just because your game is built to take advantage of it doesn't mean that it should be dependent and reliant on being taken advantage of by it. Just because it's built to be taken advantage of by it doesn't mean that it needs to be built around it. Does that make sense? This game is not a competitive FPS. He's saying that to cover his ass, like, hey, you're not going to experience too much latency. Excuse me. I apologize. It's late where I am streaming this. This is not a competitive FPS, and I have been led to believe that in a blind test, humans cannot detect any input lag. In my own demonstrations and experiments, I believe this true. I also believe that true. However, people cannot be forced in your community and fan base to use a tool if they don't want to. Simple as that. It's simple as that. I could use so many examples, and I can continuously say it. It does not matter. It will not matter. It never matters. At the end of the day, if you had a game plan in mind for how the game should run, you could have told everybody that before the game came out, or you could have also said something like, during the first few months, the game is going to be running with DLSS in mind. We are hoping to push through a very ambitious update to fully optimize the entire experience all across the board. We just want to be open about how some performance may still be extremely lacking, and there might be on the low end specs and on the recommended specs, everything should be natively running at around 1 to 120 or something like that. Again, that would be great. His second statement here: everyone has the freedom to believe what they want to believe. I know on the internet it's easy to find rage and passionate people who are convinced of all kinds of things, whether they are true or not. There's nothing to say about that. That's just blatantly true. That's just facts. Everybody does have freedom to believe what they want to on the internet, and it is extremely on the internet to find rage and passionate people about everything. That's true. That's just true. For the majority of the part, you know, I can't always say that that's always true, because again, there's plenty of people that come across my channel and they don't stay, because either they don't like me, or they don't like what they're seeing, or how I talk, or how I react to things, or like whatever. Like, they could have any type of way. That's true. I have a perspective that is kind of hard to find people that are passionate in the same extent as I am. Who knows? I'm just a little old guy, right? I guess. If you are so attached to the idea that DLSS is bad for your game, excuse me. If you are so attached to the idea that DLSS is bad for your game experience because of something you saw or read on the internet, I am sorry. I hope you instead you use the technology designed to give you the experience you want. Again, kind of the same as the last statement. Very true. I do get that people are, I kind of feel like this is true for a lot of things. People attach their identity and people attach who they are to other people's critiques, other people's sayings, and they don't experience things for themselves. However, there's a reason for that. Not everybody has money to go get a 40 series card that can support DLSS. You got to remember here, his recommended specs, excuse me 1 second, freaking sinuses, bro, you know, freaking colder weather over here on the East Coast. Excuse me, I apologize. I should have muted my mic. What was I saying again? Oh, yes, this. Not everybody has the funds to go get themselves a 40 series card. No matter what way you want to try and convince yourself of that, you are out of touch being a rich CEO if you truly believe that everybody, just because, and I say this because he made a tweet. I'd have to go and find it, and I apologize, I didn't pull it up. I know I didn't pull it up, but he had another tweet where he said you can't expect to run your to run games like this on 5 to 7 year old hardware, yet his recommended specs is for a 30 series card, which is 7+ years old. It's 7+ years old. What, like, it is what it is. It's literally 7+ years old. A lot of people aren't upgrading every single GPU. Some people don't upgrade until 3 whole cycles have gone by. We're in 50 series cards. You got people that have 30 series cards that are not going to upgrade until the 60 series cards come out. And then you have people that bought the 20 series cards that upgraded when the 50 series cards came out. So again, it's just like, and I say that for, it could be Nvidia, it could be literally any other GPU company out there. I'm just using Nvidia's like you know, just saying like, oh, the 50 series as an easy way to see generational jumps, because the naming is pretty streamlined and blah blah blah, right? So again, that's just unrealistic. Not everybody even has access to DLSS. You have to have I believe you have to have an RTX card, and then for frame gen or anything like that, you have to have a 40 series card, right? Something like that. Because I know that on my GTX 1660, DLSS was not available on my laptop. It just wasn't. Anyways, but you do you, and we'll keep working. The more people that play, the more data we get, and the easier it is to make improvements. It's easier to make improvements when you have a lot of people on the internet talking to you about the things that you need to improve. upon. Um, man, it's just crazy because I personally I don't feel like it's that buggy in general. I just personally feel like, yeah, there's an FPS issue for most players, and most players are not using modern gen stuff. It's just a fact. Most players are not using modern gen stuff. There's going to be an issue with running the game at modern settings, modern specs, modern everything. Like, you gotta see it for what it is. Some people, like him, being, you know, a lead in the game industry, is it's just unrealistic, man. Not everybody can get the best of the best. Yeah, it's just crazy. If you're watching this later on, you know, hopefully you can just skip ahead or something. But I wanted to genuinely go over all that stuff that was going on with the CEO. It took a little bit longer than I expected. First 45 minutes of the stream was just going over the absolute abysmal, astonishing, just like how he could even think of some of those things. And I totally get it if it throws you off and you don't want to play the game and you don't even want to try it because of what the CEO has been saying. It's just crazy to me. It genuinely is just crazy to me how he could just think all the things he's saying is okay. And if you missed all of the stuff that was talked about, feel free to go back and because we're on YouTube. That's the beauty of streaming on YouTube. You can just scroll the feedback and we go through majority of the stuff that he was saying on Twitter, and it might make you feel a way about Borderlands 4. With that being said, we're going to do exactly what the title is saying. We're going to try to push through all the Borderlands 4 drama. I'm going to try to just load up Borderlands 4, enjoy some of, you know, the game, because that's what I want to do. And that's what we do here, is just try to enjoy things for what they are and not give too much attention to the ridiculous crap that's out there, because there's a lot. All right, let me load this up here. Get the music going, audio going, I mean. Let's see. I don't know if the homie will want to play. Wants to play. Call him. I tried calling him earlier today. He didn't play. But he didn't answer. All right, hold on. I got some keys I want to put in here real quick. Okay. All right, I guess my stuff has already been redeemed. I don't know, because when I'm looking online, when I tried to redeem certain shift codes before, it was saying that it was not able to redeem, but I guess maybe they did redeem. All right, let me see. I don't know if the homie wants to play or not, but we'll see. I'll give him a call. Yeah, he ain't picking up. Yeah, I can hear. I'll give him another call. And that is crazy. All right, 3 times the charm. I'll give him another call. Nope. Well, it is what it is, guys. Guess I'll be trying to just play solo. I'm not gonna keep on, bugging somebody. Sometimes I have the greatest friends ever, the greatest friend group as well. Sometimes sometimes I don't. I don't know what to say, bro. Sometimes I don't. Yeah, I've been thinking of just kind of doing stuff solo anyways, to be completely honest. I just been having a certain ways of feelings as of late for a lot of things. As you can see, I've done a lot of like side stuff off cam and kind of doing my own thing. Crazy, I can see that he's online right now. He's just deciding to not play, but it is what it is. Yeah, I've done a lot of stuff solo. Well, some stuff with him too, but I've just been done like a lot of side quests. I don't think I've progressed any story stuff from the last stream. I was compiling shaders, yeah. That can take as long as it needs to take. My game isn't buggy. My fault. Give me 1 second. Oh, I hate when I like get ready to do something and then something, you know, somebody message me or something. Commenting, replying to a comment live. Bro said, literally said, bro, you're in the prologue, probably playing on easy or normal. Why the F you posting this? And with a laughing emoji. I said, well, I'm further than the pro. I'll show y'all in the camera. I don't know if y'all can see it. If y'all can't, sorry. I know, small little circle.
You know, when I was signing up to leave that godforsaken asteroid behind,
here we go.
On about seeing these sights, but nobody warned me about these sounds. Damned if never shut up. Don't get me started on the smells.
All right, my fault, y'all. Or whoever is watching, or probably watching later or something. Yo, hold on. Actually, kind of had an idea. One sec. I know. Doing a lot of stuff. Something. Hopefully I'll have a more comfortable time playing now. I ended up getting myself one of these pads. I was so against until playing more fast pace, like getting serious about gaming shit. Whoa. Increased by 100%. And its cooldown duration is decreased. It's actually not bad. I just really like that this grants me extra. It has 2 charges and it gets me shield and grants me a buttload of freaking damage on my next shot. Ooh, but that shit is kind of good though. Not gonna lie. So this is overtime. I haven't used any of the overtime ones. Damn, get myself a good old speed boost too. All right, what was I in the middle of doing? I know stream wouldn't do that. I'm actually gonna do some story missions today though. Not that I'm tired of doing side stuff, but I just want to do more than just side stuff. Makes sense. How do you see how many golden keys you have? I feel like I don't. I feel like I haven't like actually seen how many I had. I just know I have some. Not in your backpack, are they? I don't know. Gosh, none of these are like really good. The only one that I had was really good. It was taken away from. I guess, you know, they removed like certain pre-order shit. I would definitely use this. Complete a challenge. I hate that it doesn't tell you which challenge though. Like, it would be cool to know which challenge I need to complete so I can get some of the cooler looking shit. Yeah, I guess this is fine. Yeah, again, I kind of just wish. Yeah, I'm gonna do this side mission, and then I'm gonna do the story mission that I had, and might as well do the bounty while acquiring the Paragon tablet. That's closer. So I'll just do that. I really gotta say, doing a lot of the side missions is just very, very fucking fun in this game. Don't try me. Don't try me. You're not the only ones that can jump, buddy.
Sorry, you had a little schmutz there.
Fuck, I literally just fucked that for myself. Ooh, you tried it, bro. Really tried it. Oh yeah, I got a new shotgun as well. dudes are actually kind of strong. Most of the people that I kill are like, or most of the people that I've been fighting have been pretty consistently easy. Damn, that shit melted my fucking shield. I will say that some of the open world stuff isn't like questionable, not being able to go into certain locations. Son of a bitch, bro. I remember this place. Massive shootout over here. And then really big side quest over here as well. Gotta go all the way around. Still better process than running it all the way back. Trash. One. I will probably keep that for now. Damn, no fast travel anywhere close. Mission is that? Is that the same mission on the map that I'm looking at? There's Gosh, I'm like addicted to doing side missions, bro. I swear. Nah, I do gotta get on my grind doing the main story stuff. Side missions can wait. I actually want to progress the story. I've done so many, and I've not even done like again, barely. This is hard, bro. Stop, fucking stop. I did not fucking mark that. That is also not the mission that I marked. Show on map. What's my closest fast travel? This is. Okay, stutters, why? Okay, now that's actually insane. That was literally the first time ever ran into like a major issue like that.
Taking fire!
Damn, how you just gonna charge up that quick?
Someone tell me this other. Best watch where you're looking.
Hell no, I don't.
This one get to play! Barriers. Vampire barriers, maybe? Definitely on the right track. Yep, genius. I can easily break through. All these defenses mean someone's hiding something worth finding. Sorry, you had a little schmutz there. Hola! Señora Vampira!
Señora Vampira!
No más!
This is gonna be a safe house. This is more than likely gonna be a safe house. Can't see shit. I guess maybe I'm not supposed to go up that way. Oh, no fucking shit. Use stairs because stairs is obvious. As they always say, the obvious answer is obvious.
You're not Order, too sane to be a Ripper, and you haven't shot me yet, so you need me alive. Curious. I'd hoped to have enough time to get this fast travel device ready, but plans fall apart.
Nah, you can give me a fast travel device.
I can adapt.
Let me fast travel it anywhere. Be great.
You look smarter than to point a gun at a vault hunter.
A vault hunter? Things are worse than I thought.
Damn. Damn, bro, you ain't do shit. Come on.
All this time and I had no clue Sandra was here.
Ah, him.
Spotted! Stay on guard!
Will be so pleased with me. As for you, Vault Hunter, you spoiled my conquest of the Outbounders. How does it feel to have your plan ruined?
Sounds like my everyday life, brother. Honestly, all my plans are ruined. I would have thought I would have been a much better or higher viewed creator by now, and would have had a really tight niche community and would have been doing good stuff for myself. But you know, living in debt and have lots of other issues going on. My channel's basically dead, and I stream, you know, because it's something that I really love and it's a hobby of mine, and I really like it's literally a part of my life. I just cannot freaking seem to let it go. I've thought of different ways of doing content, but all of it is just unenjoyable because it's not me, and the whole purpose of doing content is to do it your way or no way. Yes, you improvise and you strategize and you do different things, but all within a certain realm, right? But anyways, you know, I appreciate the people that are here. I'm just saying. He tried. Also would have thought friends would be in a much higher magnitude and that they would actually hit me up to do stuff. But I guess it's just really easy to avoid people, so why not just do that?
Great news! These protein stars are a huge hit. How's everything on your end?
As per a video that I muted on my channel a while ago. Hey, you know, it is what it is.
Okay, that is bad.
Yeah, anyways, you know, get to back to the story implications. He said, you know, how does it feel to have your plans ruined? Like everyday life, man.
It's quite a drive, all the way on the other side of the power dam.
Well, hey, at least it's not another prison.
It might as well be. The Fate Field supply Kairos.
Woo. She was not joking when she said quite a drive. Hello? Oh, you bitch. Why didn't you just say that? Well, do I need both places? Why do I need both places? Like, I could literally just fast travel right there. Fuck yeah. That is the beauty of doing side quests and going way out of your depth.
So, is she a vampire? How long are her fangs? Did she make you hurt them all?
Just a human woman as far as I can tell. Her name is Adra. You are right, though. Who's that?
I don't get the point of it wanting me to be there, but it is what it is. No, why is that currently tracked? I don't want to be currently tracking anything. Yeah, abandoned. I mean, not really. I'm just not trying to currently track it. It's whatever. Fuck, I didn't mean to like abandon like that. It's alright, I'll find it back. Well, if they need me over here, then I'm just going to fast travel over here, since that's, again, the beauty of doing side content. Have all these other locations already here.
To the processing plant. With my way in.
There's a path inside they used to walk the wild horns in for processing. Follow it, and then we'll get you past security.
Nice.
Looking good, feeling good.
That's what I'm freaking talking about, bruh. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. This game is good when it's good. Game is ass when fucking CEO start opening up his damn mouth, bruh. Three more level ups. I'm hoping I get that tonight. Oh. Oh, this is about to be a major fight.
These archetypes just don't bleed right, you know? Boundary
Yes, sir. Nice. Wild horns on my side. Got my face.
Alright, so here's the issue. They've got a scanner that checks all the livestock as they enter. That thing's not gonna let you in. You're the wrong kind of meat. Luckily, and I use that word relative to the context, there is a valve we can use to disguise you. You're gonna have to drench yourself. Full dip.
and the gross stuff with the scanner see
Ew.
as an animal. Hey, it won't be the worst shower I've ever taken.
Right, so there should be a way to swap what's flowing through that tube. Once you do, you'll just need to release the fragrant mixture over yourself. Try to keep your mouth and eyes shut.
Suspended.
No, hurry. Go use the scanner at the vacuum tube before all the gunk falls off.
Whoa. That was like slightly disorienting.
Of impending death! You weren't gonna tell me about the big grinder at the end?
Whoa! They added a grinder? Well, that's new. Used to be sort of a big pair of scissors. But you made it through anyway! Not
Fuck
sure
outta
what you
here.
Zandra. You'll have to snoop around.
Yeah, I barely made it through. I do apologize for me having a little bit lower energy. Like I said, it is pretty late. And I have not had a really good day at work. So I'm kind of just on here. I'm just trying to play the game and enjoy it. I say that because, you know, some people watch these streams after it's been live.
Did you ever think to return?
Did you ever think to simply take control? Bring me back yourself?
Yes, often.
See?
Restraint is the difference between thought and action.
I suppose I'd hoped you'd carve of your own free will.
Free will? My choices were exactly why I left.
Still ever-changing, Zandra. I'll leave you and your new toy to Soul Security.
That's crazy, bro. I'm not a toy. Yeah. Hold on. I'm focused on this.
The second time you come looking for me. Why?
Because
Soul's building some kind of
I
bioweapon.
need you.
I'm working with the outbounders to stop them before he can put it to use.
And you need an expert in ordered technology. Yes, that makes sense. There's a cargo teleporter on the roof. That's our way out of here. Well, lead the way.
All right, I will lead the way. But you running. Actually, I'm perfectly fine with this. I don't have an NPC that's going freaking super slow as hell.
And look around better next time. What was that? A broom closet.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get to them before me.
I'll get the door. Cover me.
That's what I've been doing the whole time. Oh, come on, bro. I'm about to be zooming around this motherfucker, bro.
Boundaries, folks! Did rocket surgery.
Actually pretty good.
Got it. Come on.
Convenient. You got it after I killed the last person in a wave.
These archetypes just don't bleed. Oh, that Grumman for what? I smell ordenadores.
Damn, how'd I miss that? Damn, we shot at the same time.
Gather some artificial inventory.
Perfect. Line them up. It's actually also not that bad. Would be just one person just hiding out over here. He did not want to smoke.
This will take us to the roof. Just a moment. With all the noise we've made, I'd guess we're in for a fight.
Counting on it.
So, let's deal with the thresher in the room, see? Your little chat with the timekeeper.
I worked for him. A mistake I'm trying to amend.
I feel like he was a little bit more than just work. But how you was talking to him. Little boss fight.
Just throw that into your place.
Oh, that's so fire getting
There's the teleporter pad.
Auto
I'll
turret
need some
turret
parts
with
to
us.
jury-rig it. Scrap these synths. I can use their circuitry. One synth may do, but bring me what you can. Options never hurt.
Bro, word? You wanna go, bro? Come on. You's not him. Damn, how I missed both of those?
Think you can keep up with me?
Watch this transponder pack not even show up until like the end wave. Never mind, never mind. Probably it right there.
much time we have.
This tech is old, but I can get it working. I did design it. Let's just hope these parts last long enough for both of us to get out of here.
It wasn't too hard. They said it was gonna be hard.
To the Outbounders we go. Ladies first.
Oh, this is gonna teleport us.
Tantrum was my redemption.
Of course, it fucking breaks and I'm not able to go.
Glorious side. You will pay. Send the oppressor. Now.
Rush, did Zadra make it back to you? Because the teleporter broke and I've got incoming.
Wherever Zadra went, it wasn't here. But we'll figure that out later. Focus on
Fuck.
staying alive.
Oh yeah, I can stay alive, all right. Now I need to focus on doing damage. Gosh, I was hoping I was gonna be able to use my exo grenades. Exo grenades. My fucking special blades. Not quite. Come on, stop moving around. Oh, nice. There we go. And he has a whole new shield. Bro, I'm on your ass.
Sorry, I had a feeling those parts wouldn't last beyond a single fast travel use. I didn't intend to strand you. That said, I have no intention of trading one captor for another. I've gone to a secondary hideaway. Here are the coordinates. We can discuss this crimson resistance of yours there.
Okay, I guess. Where'd you end up going? Not too far. Not too far.
Rush, I'm heading to Zadra's lab now. She's willing to help us.
I'd hope so after you bailed her out. But if she could get us an advantage on Saul's weapon, this'll all be worth it. Remember though, she was ordered. That stain doesn't wash
Oh,
off
what?
easy.
She's right here.
Just be on guard.
Okay, weird. I guess I still have to go to her other hideout. For some reason, she's standing right here. And another, for some reason, it won't let me freaking just leave out this way. So I'm gonna have to go the long way around, which is really freaking annoying. Will any doors open up? That's actually crazy. It's literally right there, but I'm gonna have to fast travel somewhere else. Yeah, fast travel. Better. Ooh, I can't wait to fight that guy. Bro, what is going on? Is my game bugged?
I'd prefer to have this lab stay hidden. Keep going. I've deactivated any traps and the more intrusive scans.
Someone tell me they saw that!
Best crowd control weapon ever. Oh, over here where I couldn't open up before. Love that. Again, another one of those reasons why I love exploring and then figuring more stuff out later. Excuse me. So freaking cool. Oh, literally, I accidentally just broke my way in here. That's why it wasn't opening.
Excuse the chaos. Yes, I accept.
What?
Sorry. I have lately felt the need to skip complexities. Time is not infinite, as it turns out. I am agreeing to assist your Crimson Resistance. You see, I also want to free this planet. The Timekeeper's control is not absolute, but it can only be broken when strength and willpower combine. Neither of us will succeed on our own. I can be the brains to your brawn.
Ah. You've noticed my brawn, yes?
Now, we have quite the task ahead of ourselves. Specifically, gaining direct access to the Timekeeper. It's harder than you might think. After the chaos of the Invader Moon's appearance, the Timekeeper sealed the walls of the city around him.
Really?
He never strays from the threshold of the vault within his tower. The only way inside requires 3 powerful command codes. They're a bit different from what you've got in your neck. He gave them to his trusted commanders, Idolater Soul, Vile Lictor, and Callus.
Alright, I want to go after that boy, Idolater Soul.
Once we have
Flying around, big ass head.
Be able to use their combined security clearances to gain access to the Timekeeper's tower. So, you've met. He's a sniveling sycophant ruled by emotion, but still quite dangerous. The Timekeeper commanded him to bring the Fade Fields to heal, and he is eager to please. To the north, the Terminus mountain range is overseen by a cruel scientist named Vile Lictor. Highly intelligent, alarmingly ambitious. So much so that he betrayed his own people for a chance to rule and carry out his experimental research with impunity. Finally, Callus. She was once the Timekeeper's strongest and most loyal commander, until the Moonfall. Now she's a monster of a different shape, the self-styled Ripper Queen.
So what happened since the ending of Borderlands 3? I mean, as much as I hate that ending, didn't she kind of like bring peace?
Wow.
With everything turning into the Phoenix and shit?
Sounds fun.
We'll need all 3 command
I guess she only brought peace to Pandora.
You can tackle each one at your pleasure. I've uploaded your Echo 4 with backdoor security codes, which should get you through any order checkpoints out of the Fade Fields. Kairos lies open to you.
Kairos.
This is a big ask. I need to know I can trust you.
You can. My absolution depends on it.
Good stuff. Pretty sure that's weaker. Fuck, I'm not using no full auto shit. I actually fucked with this. Where's the one that I said unlocked? Good gloss, didn't it? Where the fuck is it? Just overlooking it? Oh, yeah, I was. Oh no.
Guess this stuff didn't do them much good, huh?
A secret weapon defense that can't be breached. This is where the game opens up and it's like, hey, you can do any one of these whenever you want to. That's what it's saying. because it felt like, you know, people was like, oh, you can kind of play it in any order you want to, and then just, you know, take down everybody, and then you get your final mission. That's not what it felt like in the beginning. I just did so many freaking side missions. That's why. But the main thing is to, now it opens up way more. I can do whatever. Okay, noted. Kind of want to focus a lot on the main story stuff since I did so much of the side missions already. But I feel like I should do that for when I have a little bit more energy and I can like immerse in a little bit more. So for that purpose, I know kind of short stream, I'm gonna end stream here. Thank you guys so much for coming through. If you did, I know there was a lot more people here in the beginning, mainly because I was just talking about the CEO stuff. Also, thank you Fork P for subbing. I really appreciate that. That you did that an hour ago. I didn't even catch it. I apologize. Thank you so much again for coming through, supporting. God bless you guys. I am going to try to stream tomorrow. I'm going to try to be here tomorrow to make sure that again, I just have more energy and can just do more of the main stuff. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there. Till next time. Peace.